And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. And this must be a time of year, Clark, when teams are still working on their chemistry, everybody getting comfortable with their roles.
Well, hopefully that's been established by now, Kevin. And even this early, you'd like that to be kind of anchored in. There's not a lot of time for the feeling out process in the NBA. Once the game starts for real, they come pretty fast and furious.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Ayton, a screen. Hamilton, the pass to Ayton. 2 free throws coming up. And
shooting for Phoenix, DeAndre Ayton. Now the line with 2 shots.
Handful. Not easy trying to guard him without foul.
And he sinks the second. Ayton is a player who, Greg, occasionally shoots a 3, but it's still a developing part of his game.
Yeah, not the best numbers from outside. Does it to keep teams honest, but it's a far-fetched to say he can stretch a defense.
Now here's Durant. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills.
His first foul. First team foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
With his percentage at 87, he's done just about everything they could have asked when it comes to free throw shooting.
He's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Now here's Ayton. MP finds Booker. Hamilton against Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The drive by MP. And MP throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
On the wing, MP. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Let them play.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're...
Now the line for the Suns.
Today, you can bank on that.
The Suns have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Irving against Hamilton. Irving kicks to Harden. And the wide open shot from Griffin. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Griffin's got his second basket of the night.
Harden's done a nice job really increasing his playmaking over the last few years and excels at finding teammates.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
And we all know what can happen when he gets rolling. A hot start can turn into an explosive scoring night.
For the finish, and Crowder slams it in.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's Griffin. It's hauled in by the Suns. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them with confidence.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their sets.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Aldridge comes in for Blake Griffin, and it's Mills in for Irving. And the Suns here with a different look. JaVale McGee's checked in for 8. Sharch comes in for Jay Crowder. Johnson, he's checked in for Nader.
Oh! Now this is impressive. Durant showing you all of that creativity with that one.
On the wing, MP. To the middle, Millsap with the steal. From 13, no good there. Hamilton with some nice D. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Suns. No good from Hamilton.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Decisive on the catch-and-shoot jumper from Millsap. He's not going to let that opportunity go to waste.
Paul dishes to Hamilton. We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter.
Seems to have a net.
His first.
Nets trail by 10. So with Paul on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. Wing pairing, it's Booker with Johnson. Kaminsky out there with Ayton. That's Hamilton in at the point.
One of the game's best drivers without question. James Harden loves to shift gears, change of pace, slow, fast, intermediate speed, and then use that body of his to shield the ball. Nightmare defending that guy.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the three-point shot of Mikal Bridges seemed to abandon him early in his NBA career. Coach Monty Williams said he developed a hitch in his release. Bridges got in the lab with the coaching staff, changing his shot midway through season 2. And the results speak for themselves. Guys?
He had a career year shooting, that's for sure. I admire his work ethic. B.A., thank you. Ayton a screen on Irving. And here's MP for 3. Buries it from three-point range. Hamilton's got the lead up to 10 now for Phoenix.
And really an incredible playmaker his entire career. The Harden has taken that up a notch. And he now often looks for his teammates first. Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And on the way from Irving for 3. That one doesn't go. The Suns go the other way with it. And huge assist totals for Harden, which is also a reflection, Greg, of the talent around him.
And he's played with some of the best finishers in the game throughout his career. What changed starting last year was his mindset, making him all that much more difficult.
Crowder, he's checked in for Phoenix. Nader comes in for Johnson.
Nader.
To the paint, here's Irving. Rebounded by Kaminsky.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Booker gets a screen from Hamilton. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And it's a 12-point Phoenix lead. Outside Durant. Harden sets the pick for KD. In the corner, it's Griffin. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Griffin's got it back down to within single digits for Brooklyn. Here's Hamilton. Kicks it out to Booker.
Last 2 minutes to play.
6 to shoot.
Second quarter.
That shot misses. Good work defensively by Harden. And so many teams looking to space the floor. Greg, how many non-shooters can you play and still have a good offense?
Well, I think most teams go 4 out, meaning you got to have at least 4 guys that are a threat on the perimeter, keeping a vertical spacer at that dunker spot. But if your dunker can also shoot, man, that puts even more pressure on the defense.
Crowder the screen. Inside. And Crowder slams it in.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
All right, look who's coming up to the court. Come on, get loud for your Brooklyn Nets. Give him a hand, fans.
Those kind of
The score, Brooklyn 42, the Suns 38.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And the big 3 out on the perimeter. Irving the 1, Harden at the 2, and Durant the 3. Griffin is out there with Paul Millsap. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The shot's good from Irving.
Slashing to the rim with so much precision and skill. Irvin, nearly impossible to contain when he spots a lane and decides to drive.
Hamilton the pass to Nader. Ayton a screen on Katie. Takes a three. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Hamilton.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Nets passing it around. Here's Harden. Good D by Booker.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Here's Irving, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go. Guys, I'll tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Harden the pass to KD. Irving surveying the floor. Passes it to Harden. KD on the wing. And then Durant with the dunk.
Just way too much length at the rim to contest. Durant is in a league of his own offensively.
And Kevin Durant signing an extension this past offseason, locked in with the Nets for the next 4 years. Seems like there's a very good chance Durant could end his career in Brooklyn.
And there's the pass to Harden. Hamilton against Irving. Over Hamilton. And the rejection by MP. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Irving. Durant's got 12 in the game.
I think we're all aware of Durant's in the gym range as a shooter. I mean, seriously, I don't think there's a shot he can't make.
And that one's good, Ayton. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Irving against Hamilton.
Third quarter.
Durant, the pass to Millsap. The layup missed. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Suns. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. One of the...
All right, look who's coming out to the court. Come on, get loud for your Brooklyn Nets.
team to latch on to. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks. And a new group in for the Nets. Okafor is checked in for Griffin. Aldridge comes in for Paul Millsap. Brown is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Mills in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Phoenix, JaVale McGee's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Saric comes in for Jay Crowder. And it's Johnson in for Nader.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Lets it go from 11. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Brown.
Well, you got to remember now, Harden, as good a scorer as he is not just a scorer. He's a shrewd dime dropper, too.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Bounce pass Mills. Aldridge with a screen on Booker. Booker against Harden. The shot comes out. Suns leading by 5. Here's Saric. Finished off the break. 9 points for Dario Saric.
Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce.
Here's Harden. Rejected by Booker. And they'll keep possession. Aldridge kicks to Harden. Brown feeling it out a bit. He tries for 3.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team. Boy, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that.
The score, your next 53, the Suns man, your Brooklyn Nets.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Nets trail by 7. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. Call out there with MP, and it's Johnson in at the 3 spot.
Superb concentration that time from Millsap, the veteran, just able to overpower the defense on these tough finishes.
Kick out to Hamilton. And they double up MP. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
On defense, the Nets. It's a 5-point game.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Irving against Paul. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. No good. Now the Suns take it the other way. Wing shot on the way. Griffin with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Griffin leading the charge.
And Blake Griffin is just...
James Crowder, his first foul. First team foul. At the line.
big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it, too.
And for a player with Blake Griffin's physical makeup, it was a big adjustment when he had to deal with injury issues. He's really had to reshape his body and his game. Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
And one thing about Griffin and the injuries, Greg, that he went through, he did everything he could to get his body back to where it needed to be.
And he didn't care what it was, yoga, weights, conditioning, you name it, because he knows how important it is to be able to elevate. And Griffin needs to be explosive, and he'll work 24/7 to make sure he is.
Here's Durant, puts the fadeaway right on the money.
Durant's ability to score in a lot of different ways is huge, and he makes it look easy.
Hamilton left side. To the inside. And Crowder with the basket on the assist by Hamilton. Hamilton's got his 8th assist in the game. Johnson against Durant. There's the drive. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Boy, that in-between game of Durant's is deadly. Give him this shot, and you'll regret it.
Hamilton against Brown. And they double up MP. Ball finds MP. 5 to shoot. Crowder with it. He's covered by Brown. And the shot's good from Crowder.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
And, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Hamilton against Griffin. Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket.
Griffin a screen on Johnson. Here's KD. True on the 14-footer.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable.
Suns timeout. All right, who's coming onto the court? Come on, get loud for Gore.
He's checked in for Brown. Abdul Nader, he's checked in for Phoenix. Devin Booker comes in for Chris Paul. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. No good from Hamilton.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Pass to Nader. Ayton against Irving. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Ayton dishes to Hamilton. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the drive. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Hamilton's got the lead up to 12 now for Phoenix.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Suns.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode.
And that's the end of the game. Thank you to everyone for coming out and supporting your teams. Please get home safely.
Ooh, I'm thinking Vietnamese tonight.
By me. Yeah. Hey, good game, man.
So what you trying to,
See, that's what I'm talking about. What was that?
he'll get over it.
Get over what?
Trade rumors.
Bro, I want to stay, though.
Look, I know, but it's his team. He just resents the distractions. Look, like I said, he'll be fine.
I don't believe this, man.
Look, don't take it out on him, all right? It's honestly the media. They get to you, MP. Look, you try not to let them, but they do. He just been watching too much Sports Center or something, all right? He gonna be fine. Just give him some time.
Hey, everybody. Candace.
I wonder, is it difficult to focus on the game when you're the subject of so many trade rumors?
I just tune out all the noise, Candace. This is exactly where I want to be. You know, I'm in the moment, just trying to live my best life and manifest this championship. And anything you're hearing is just a rumor or innuendo, and no one here has said anything about trading me. You know, the silence is golden. All right, let's see. Andrew.
You were really finding the open man tonight. Was that because the defense was keying in on you?
Look, it's a pick your poison with this team, AT. They try to stop me. We got a bunch of guys who can step up.
It seemed like you were more focused on setting up your teammates than scoring yourself.
Always. You know, that's my mindset. I'm trying to elevate my teammates so we can win. That means getting everybody open looks. I'm a playmaker first and foremost, bro.
Terrific playmaking tonight. Great game.
Thank you, Andrew.